up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels Podcast. I'm your host, Brad, joined by my co-hosts, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
We're going to be talking Game Awards results later in the show and Game Awards announcements later in the show. But before we do that, I'm the only one with new games this week. So, it finally fucking happened. After a decade of being a loyal and unwavering Android enthusiast, I bought one of these.
Brad is holding up an iPhone for you audio-only listeners.
You bought an iPhone?
I bought an iPhone. I bought an iPhone. There's many reasons why I decided to try the iPhone. I'm still not 100% committed yet, because I have until January 8th to return this thing if I want to. But so far, I have to admit, in the 4 days that I've had it so far, I've actually really been enjoying myself. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to keep it.
I think the thing that will put it over the edge for you, Brad, is the iPhone 11 Commando case.
I've seen
if
that
I don't
skin.
see that Commando case on your phone by the beginning of the new year, something is wrong.
Well, unfortunately you won't. I am far too sartorial these days to not be sporting the cool leather case on the back of this iPhone. Am I going to force patina on this leather case? You better believe it, because I can't take this fucking new piece of leather that I'm holding right now. We're going to make that look awesome. That is not video game related. None of that is. However, what is video game related is that as part of my experience with the iPhone so far, I have taken advantage of my free month of Apple Arcade that I get. Now, I'm going to talk about the service first, and then talk about the two games that I've been playing that have been really enjoyable so far, actually. Apple Arcade is the same problem that every storefront of this ilk has, and that is that curation is awful. It's very difficult to get the cream to rise to the crop. To the top, I should say. The one of the game that I really wanted to check out on here was Grindstone, which is one of the most critically acclaimed games on the console. It was actually one of the nominees for Mobile Game of the Year at the recent Game Awards. And it took me a while to find it. Like, I actually had to dig down a little bit into the category menus to even track the thing down. Discovery sucks on Apple Arcade, just like it sucks on Steam, just like it sucks on PlayStation Store, Xbox Store. It's very difficult to curate online marketplaces. It just is. And Apple Arcade does not sidestep that. Is it worth $4.99 a month? I don't know, because right now I've only downloaded a handful of games. What'll really break even, or the break point for me, is going to be when it's time to actually pay real money. Am I going to do it? So we'll have to wait till mid-January for that. However, I will say the two games that I played so far, Grindstone and What the Golf, are pretty great. Grindstone is a puzzle game. It is the sort of like Candy Crush. Well, actually, Candy Crush is match 3. Grindstone is kind of like a game where it's the style of game where you have like a grid of colored objects. In this game, they're like little creatures that you're fighting, and you kind of you have to trace a line through of all, of ones that are the same color and create large chains. That's basically what you do. Now, the mechanic on this one is that in Grindstone, if you create a chain of 10 or more, it generates the titular object in the game that you can then use during your chain to switch colors. So like if I start my chain with, trying to kill yellow enemies, and then I move over a Grindstone, then the next enemy color that I cross over will start the color chain for that. And that's how you create like the really big sequences that get you a lot of points. And there's different materials that you earn during the game, which can unlock different items and weapons that you can use to make your character more powerful. Much like games of this ilk, there are different stage clearing qualifications, and there's a couple objectives that you can get in each stage to kind of get the gold star, if that makes sense. It's a very kind of like by the numbers mobile game. The art style is great, very reminiscent of like Castle Crashers. And it looks very smooth and very cool. But the thing that I found really exciting about Grindstone is that this is, I think, the first type of this style of game that I've ever played that's not weighed down by all the typical mobile game bullshit of having like timed lives and being able to buy more, plays and things like that. Like this, it's just the game. Like I can just play through the game at my own leisure. And that's cool. Like I like that. Like I'm so used to like just getting time gated when you play games like this.
I was about to say, you better be able to play it at your leisure.
Right.
You're paying for it.
Exactly. Like but it's a full-fledged game of this type. And so if you like these style of puzzle games and you have an Apple device and you don't want to be, again, weighed down by time-gated bullshit that you always see with this stuff, check out Grindstone because it's really fun. I played way too much of it yesterday. Way too much.
Now with Apple Arcade, these games are only available to the service.
Yeah,
like, let's say I just want one game.
No, you have to get the service, and that's the other thing that I was a little miffed about because, like I said, I don't know if I want to. I like Grindstone a lot. I don't know if I want to pay $5 a month to play Grindstone amidst all the other stuff. Like if there was a $10 or $15 option to just buy Grindstone, I probably would have just done that. But then it would probably be riddled with the mobile game bullshit that I am striving to avoid. So it's like a catch-22. Like I don't think they could sell this game by itself without falling to the temptation of including a bunch of nonsense in it. So it's great for Apple Arcade, but by the same token, it's only available through there. Mm-hmm. So it's a sticky wicket, as they say, as I heard John Lovett say on a podcast today.
That's my thing with mobile game. Like I play a bunch of mobile games, but then it's like you said, all the time bullshit, all the the 8 different currencies, and then the real money currency too, or it sucks, and I find it very difficult to find a good mobile game, and 2, a good mobile game that is just pay one time and then that's it. And then 3, a good mobile game that you pay for one time and then that's it. That's not $15 fucking Square. Like, come on, man. Like, it's a mobile game. So
I just can't do mobile games, period. Like I can't play games on the phone.
So
they drive me crazy.
Well, the other game that I got, and I think What the Golf is available on other platforms too. I don't think it's an iOS exclusive. What a delightful fucking game What the Golf is. What the Golf is a golf game, but it's not really a golf game. Like it's much more of kind of like an environmental puzzle game of sorts. So like the way What the Golf starts is like you start on this golf hole, and you literally just drag back on the screen to create like a meter, and you let it go, and the golf club hits the ball, and then it goes flying, and then it takes you and you're just trying to hit the pin basically on the hole, and then on the next hole you pull the thing back, and when you let it go, instead of the golf ball going flying, the golfer goes flying. Like that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with here. And so What the Golf has all sorts of kind of like crazy physics based like environmental puzzles. It's a wacky game. There's like tons of objects that you control in the game. There's so many fucking like love letter gaming references to like classic video games and of both classic games and modern games as well. Like I just got done the Portal level, which has like Portal-esque mechanics in the game essentially. And there's like a Spider-Man level. There's an Angry Birds level. There's a Flappy Bird level. Like there's like, it's just every notable game of the past, however many, 30, 40 years gets an acknowledgement essentially, in What the Golf. Really fun game. Is this available elsewhere? I would imagine you guys are hopefully
I just
Googling
checked and no, it's not on.
Really?
Yeah, it's not on here.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, if What the Golf ever comes anywhere else, definitely check it out. So I would say that at least for this first month, and like I said, if you were paying $5, these 2 games would have been worth it for sure. So I've also downloaded Sayonara Wild Hearts. I haven't gotten into it because I was going to play it the other day, and then I realized that game would probably be better served with headphones, considering that it's supposed to be like an audio experience. So I haven't actually gotten to play that one yet. But yes, that's what I've checked out with Apple Arcade so far. I might dive a little deeper into it. I also played that 3 versus 3 NHL Rivals game that they announced during the Game Awards. That game was not good. No game that has an on-screen controller is going to be a game that I'm going to be playing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, and I don't care enough to hook up my PlayStation controller to my iPhone just to play the NHL 3-on-3 game with athletes from a variety of different sports.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, Terrence, it's a 3-on-3 ice hockey game, so it's like NHL Hits, which was the NHL version of Blitz back in the day.
I remember Hits. Yeah.
But they have athletes from the whole world of sports. Like the initial team that I played with was Sebastian Aho, who plays for the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team, paired with Odell Beckham Jr., paired with Carly Lloyd, the American women's soccer player.
Okay.
So
weird.
Yeah. But they're all playing hockey. I'm assuming this is the first in a series of different sports games that this company is going to make. That's going to have like the same athletes, but like the next game will be a basketball game, and then the next game will be a football game, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so like I said, so far thumbs up from Apple Arcade. But get back to me on January. What would it be? January like 14th. When I have to decide if I'm going to give them $5 to do this again for another month. Oh no! By the way, Apple, because Apple does like to copy, copied the pricing structure of your favorite podcast network. Because apparently now Apple Arcade you can get for $5 a month or $50 for the entire year. They saw how well we were doing. Tim Apple saw how well we were doing with the TMP premium content, and said, "You know what? I think we're going to rip that off for Apple Arcade."
I mean, they see a good idea, man, and they can't help themselves. Jesus Christ.
So now $50 for a year is that's actually a compelling price point. Even though I know it's only $10 less than you'd be paying if you paid for the entire Terrence, there's a psychological roadblock that $50 price point does not have, that a $60 price point does, or that a monthly recurring fee does, that a yearly one-time cost does not have.
Sure,
it does. Micah, back me up.
No, it depends. Because like if you pay, what is it, $9.99 a month for fucking PlayStation Plus? What is it?
PlayStation Now.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about PlayStation Plus.
Oh,
you don't get a full year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like $100. If you get a year subscription, it's like $50. But there's a giant difference between $50 and $10.
You're right. I agree with you. But for me, I don't know, for whatever reason, for me, like if I'm like, oh, it's $5 a month, I'm like, am I really going to get $5 a month worth of use out of this? But if it's $50 for a year, now I'm like, oh, yeah, $50 for a whole year? Surely I could get $50 of value in a year out of this service.
Wild roadblock.
It is, like I said, human beings are weird, man. They're fucking weird. I need the commentary to back me up on this, because I can't be out on an island.
I get it.
Yeah.
But like the price difference in this one in particular is ridiculous. Like you're going to go to work tomorrow and buy a $5 coffee.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. So,
meanwhile, fucking, what is that? Mario Kart is $5 a month just for that.
Fuck that.
like
Nintendo is wilding, yo. They are, yo. For the longest time, they just did not want to get in the mobile space, and then they realized, wait a minute, we can milk these suckers for all they're worth.
And they do it in the worst way possible because they know people are going to pay for it.
They really do. Like I said, just
Nintendo ain't shit either.
It backs up what I've been saying the whole time. People have been like, "Oh, Nintendo's so great. They let me play games on it. My favorite games on every console they put out." I'm like, "Yeah, they're making you buy the thing every fucking time. I give this shit to you for free." They've sold you Super Mario Brothers 3 10 times over the past 20 years, and they know you'll buy it too. Only a couple new games to talk about this week as far as new releases go. The Untitled Goose Game is making its way to PS4 and Xbox One, and then Demon Pit comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That's right, guys. Holiday release calendar. Ain't shit happening. right now.
Yeah. Demon Pit. Right. Goodness gracious. Can we name our game something a little more
Demon
pleasant?
Pit sounds like it should have come out on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, it looks like it should have came out.
Demon Pit is a Sega Genesis ass name if I've ever heard one in my entire life.
Yo, this is coming out on PlayStation 4 and what?
Xbox One and Switch.
It's been on Steam already.
Of course it's been on Steam.
Yeah, this looks like, yo, come on, yo.
But
we're not even trying at this point, right?
But Demon Pit saw I Am Jesus Christ coming, and they're like, man, we don't want that smoke. We're gonna get the fuck out of Dodge and get on the consoles.
I don't like this.
Wow, this looks like an awful fucking Doom ripoff.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
This is stupid.
This looks bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This looks like an up-res Doom 2. It's not a compliment.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No segue. Check out youtube.com/densepixels and subscribe. Go to YouTube, go to densepixels.com/premium. If you want to take advantage of an idea that is a deal that is so great, even Tim Apple stole it from us, you can take advantage of our premium offer for $5 a month or $50 for the whole year. That is value, let me tell you. You get access to the premium slate of podcasts, including The Airing of Grievances, No Time to Bleed, The Men with the Golden Tongues, which just finished a new episode. It's a tournament episode. We know you people love those. And full episodes of the Look Forward Political Podcast. Look, there's got to be like 8 billion hours worth of content just with those podcasts alone. You are getting your $50 a year worth.
Look, and here's what I'll tell you. I'm fortunate enough to have the means to afford both. But if I had to choose between Apple Arcade for a year or TNP Studios Premium for a year, I'd be picking TNP Studios Premium 5 times out of 5.
There you go. Subscribe to all the TNP Studios podcasts wherever you get your podcasts, including the flagship show, The Nerdpocalypse, which Terrence and I hosted Sans J for the first time.
Yeah, that was first. That was the first.
Yeah, and
that show for like 7 goddamn years.
and we got a review from Leonardo. He said it was the best episode ever.
and it was edited by me. So.
There you go. It literally had nothing to do with Jay. And according to our friend in California, it is the best episode ever. I mean, you're not going to get a better review than that. You can also subscribe to Black on Black Cinema. Our last episode on Loose, the drama starring a really smart kid who is a bit of a psychopath. Coming Distractions, our movie review podcast. We will be reviewing The Last Jedi, or not The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker soon. And Carrie will be reviewing Cats really soon. I know you guys really want to hear that.
That's going to be a can't miss episode of Coming Distractions, I hope.
And weekly preview episodes of the Look Forward Political Podcast, just a taste, just to tease you with all this political shenanigans that are going on, and then you'll love it so much you'll say, "Man, I really wanted to take advantage of that $5 or $50 for premium deal, so you can listen to the whole thing." So, densepixels.com/premium or any podcatcher of your choice. Subscribe to all those shows.
All right. So let's get into the news. Sony decided to put out a state of play, the last state of play for 2019, early last week before the Game Awards. The biggest announcements here. So Resident Evil 3 was formally announced, which we already knew. or was coming because we talked about it last week. But what we did not know is that you get the Resident Evil Resistance multiplayer game included with Resident Evil 3. I don't know if you have to get Resident Evil 3 to play Resistance, but it will be included with it. There's a new Square Enix and Platinum Games collaboration called Babylon's Fall. The initial trailer for the game was shown off for the first time. Predator Hunting Grounds has a release date. It's coming out April 24th, 2020. Micah and I will not be playing it for a while after release because we will still be too busy with Cyberpunk, but it'll be there waiting for us when we're done. We talked about the Untitled Goose Game. It's out now. Dreams formally comes out on Valentine's Day 2020. There's a game called Spellbreak that's coming to PS4 in early 2020. There's a new perspective style puzzle game called Superliminal that's coming soon to PS4. And then a new game called Paper Beast that's coming soon to PS4. And then at the end, they showed a teaser for Ghost of Tsushima, which there was an extended trailer at the Game Awards for, and we found out that that's coming next year, actually, to PS4, and one would have to assume PS5 as well. Anything in there that really gets your guys' dander up of these announcements?
Babylon's Fall piqued my interest.
Of course,
because that's
naturally.
my type of game.
Naturally.
Yeah. Spellbreak I've heard about for the last year. It's basically a arena.
Mm-hmm.
Was it style game? Like Fortnite, but only with spells.
Like a battle royale roguelike is how they describe it.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, everything else, whatever. Predator Hunting Grounds actually look way better than it did.
Predator
What was that E3?
Again,
that shit looked
Predator
garbage with that first trailer.
Dude, it's fun. I legitimately can't wait to play that game. What
did you play as? Did you play as
I played
a Predator, or did you?
No, I played as one of the commandos.
Oh,
that's right. You weren't on that episode, were you? When I talked about that,
I don't believe so.
Okay, yeah, that was it was a good time, man. It was.
Well, this was all Predator footage of them playing the Predator. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, they know what you want to see.
Right.
Do you want to stand inside do you want to stand inside a capture point to advance the objective, Terrence, or do you want to use your fucking heat vision to stalk people around a map? Come on. So yeah, Micah, anything for you in this mix?
Predator looks fun, and I've never played Resident Evil 3.
Really?
So,
that's right. You talked about this last week,
so I'll play that. I'm a bit of a bitch when it comes to horror games, but Resident Evil just doesn't scare me for some reason.
Did you play Resident Evil 2 Remake?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just cheap jump scare. Well, now look. All right. I keep, you see how bright it is in here? It's way brighter when I'm playing those games. All right. I'm not setting the mood and all that. You know what I mean? No, it's daylight with the lights on in the middle, but I still play them because, and then the series just turned into fucking just all action. Right.
Yeah. By 6. 5 was getting close.
No, five was there. Five was there. 5 was there. It really was.
When they punching boulders in 5. Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah. When you have a partner with you at all times, the scare factor just goes down completely. Right.
Yeah, they did that with fucking what the hell was that? That should never have done it. Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
Co-op. Why?
Right.
For what? Stupid ass.
And then maybe Babylon's Fall. I don't know too much about it, but I wanna me being half a weeb, I'm Square and Platinum. I mean, that's
and like I said, just listeners, just know. I mean, we're gonna be talking a lot about teaser trailers. You can go all the way back to episode numero un to get our thoughts on teasers. So sorry if we're not gonna have a lot of really exciting things to say about a lot of these teaser trailers, because that's all they are. Easily the most shocking news of the week came early last week as well. So a press release was sent out shortly after we finished recording last week. It was from Major League Baseball, the Major League Baseball Players Association, Sony Interactive Entertainment and San Diego Studio. And inside the press release, they announced that MLB, MLBPA, Sony Interactive Entertainment, and the San Diego Studio announced a multi-year extension on the baseball video game licenses that Sony has enjoyed for a very long time, but exclusively since 2013. However, that's not the shocking news. The shocking news is this paragraph. In addition, the historic expansion of the long-standing partnerships will bring MLB The Show for the first time ever to additional console platforms beyond PlayStation platforms as early as 2021. So
What?
The MLB The Show franchise is despite still being developed by Sony, is no longer going to be a Sony console exclusive as of 2021.
That is, I mean, what do you make of that? Like, because the show does big business, right? Like, it's the baseball game. Is it just, hey, we want more people to play this so we can get more money, or is it?
I honestly think, and I have not seen anything to support this. I'm waiting for Jason Schreier to fucking dig into it and bring the report out. I would not be surprised if MLB, because you have to remember this. MLB lost a licensing partner after 2013 because 2K decided not to renew their license, and no other third party stepped up to do that because the show at that point was such a juggernaut. Like, EA is not going to spend the money to get that license and then spend the money to develop a game that, when there's already a huge game already in the marketplace, that they'd have a very difficult time battling down. So it would not and remember, to get these licenses, you're paying these entities directly. Like, Sony is giving Major League Baseball money to have this license. So it would not shock me at all if Major League Baseball made this relicensing agreement contingent on making the game available as a multi-platform. Yes. Because that makes the license more valuable if they sell more copies of the game.
Yeah. Didn't the NFL do like the opposite with the NFL license in Madden?
They were the first ones to get an exclusive licensing agreement, and but the problem is that EA was willing to pay the NFL whatever the NFL wanted. So, like, the NFL was happy to have an exclusive partner with EA, but at the same time, like, that license was and continues to be incredibly lucrative just because it's the NFL. Like, Major League Baseball, as much as MLB is a big thing, like, and even as Madden has declined in sales as well, the show doesn't sniff Madden sales, like, not by a long shot. So EA is also willing to pony up the bucks because they're going to get that reinvested many times over, especially now that Ultimate Team is in Madden as well. So I don't think that was a problem for them to do that. But yeah, so, like, I was gobsmacked when I saw this news. It was certainly the last thing that I was expecting. Immediately afterwards, Xbox tweeted out a tweet where they quoted this saying "No more away games," and then Nintendo also tweeted out the article as well from MLB The Show. So this is super interesting. Now here's where Sony has to capitalize on this. They've got to get the Trojan horse fucking strategy happening like Minecraft, like Microsoft does with Minecraft. They've got to require a Sony Entertainment login to play this game. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
I didn't know Minecraft did that. Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the reasons why the PlayStation, and up until recently, and I think we missed this news. I can't remember if this is official or no, it's official because they announced it last week. Until recently, the PlayStation version of Minecraft was not in the same cross-platform sandbox that all the other versions were, because they didn't want you logging into an Xbox Live account on a PlayStation. So I guess they finally relented on that. But if I'm Sony, I'm doing it back the other way.
That's funny.
I mean, I have to imagine that Sony's going to be getting the bulk of the revenue split here on any DLC purchases and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, good for people who don't have or want PlayStations that are baseball fans. You know what I mean? You get to play I guess the show is the only baseball game in town.
There's also a non-simulation baseball game that MLB actually owns, that they've been outsourcing, because they basically revived the RBI baseball moniker. But so the show's the only simulation baseball game for the last 6 years.
Wow.
So
are you able to play the show at 4x speed to kind of get things moving?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, they so obviously not only can you shorten innings if you want to, but they have a setting in the game where you can eliminate any like between pitches, between innings, like cutscenes, and like literally like you just snap, like every single pitch you're just like going from thing to the next basically without stopping to smell the roses at all.
Oh damn!
God damn.
I was just trying to be a dick, but okay,
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, apparently with the new mode you can complete a 9-inning game in under 30 minutes now. So
wow,
yeah.
If we can only do that with real baseball,
Right.
Speaking of timed exclusives, we found out that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a PlayStation timed exclusive for 1 year. It, of course, releases on March 3rd, 2020. And then on March 3rd, 2021, it will be available for other platforms. One has to assume those other platforms are going to be Xbox One and PC. Or possibly the Series X.
Modern Warfare doesn't it have a mode that's a timed exclusive for a whole year?
Yes, it
on
does.
PlayStation 4?
Yes, it does. A mode that I never hear anyone talk about, so it cannot be that great.
It can't be all that great. Do people still play that?
Modern Warfare?
I haven't heard anything about Modern Warfare.
People do. This one has been probably better received than any in the last few years, honestly.
I figured Activision would have done something to fuck it up by now.
Oh, give them time. It's still early yet.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months.
I didn't put the story in the docket. Apparently, in order to be able to see how many times you've died during a match now, there's this like add-on pack that you can buy that's one of the perks that you get. And this add-on pack costs $20 in Modern Warfare. Again, I don't
There you go. Strike one.
Yeah.
Wait, so you got to pay to see how many times you've died in a match?
During the match. Apparently after the match you can see it, but to see your stats during the match, you can't see how many deaths you have unless it's part of this add-on pack. I don't know what else comes in the pack, so it's not like they're just selling that for $20.
The fact that no. Just the fact that is in that pack alone makes me just never want to play the game. Just ever. Just off of principle. Not like I was going to, but that just put the nail in the coffin. Because that's ridiculous. But okay.
You were just
all right.
Let's be real though. You were holding that nail for a long time, waiting for someone to come along and hammer it. So
right. I'm getting tired. It's just ridiculous. That's wow.
So
I have a question from a guy who is terrible at these games. Why would you want to know how many times you died during a match?
Yeah, like as long as you can see your KD, you can math it out. You fucking nerds. Learn math.
Like shouldn't you be more focused on like playing the game and worry about your stats like after the fact? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Destiny doesn't show you deaths either. I'm able to figure it out because I can look at my kill death ratio, see the amount of kills that I have, and quickly do some basic math in my head to figure out the amount of times that I died.
I, for one, appreciate the fact that Destiny doesn't tell me how many times I fucking died.
And they do that on purpose now. Like most games do that on purpose because they want you to feel good about yourself.
Yes,
they show you your kills, not your deaths.
Right.
So you gotta buy that fucking. You have to buy that back.
What? You gotta pay them $20 to let you know how much you suck. Like, come on, man.
What the fuck is wrong?
They did say that is why they got rid of it though, is because they didn't want people getting harassed because they were fucking letting the team down. You know what I mean? If they had a high death total.
Like as quiet as this game, that's one of the reasons I like Destiny multiplayer, yo. Because I don't feel bad. Like I get points for tagging people right before someone else kills them.
Not only
like,
do you get points, Micah, you get full kill credit for doing that shit.
Right. Thank you. Like, they're very, very generous.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate
in Destiny
it.
2, they don't have assists anymore. They're just like, oh, you put one bullet in the guy that your teammate finished off? You got a kill.
Right.
Congratulations.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
dude.
fuck off. No, you don't get that kill. Just
You
for putting one bullet.
You threw a toothpick at a guy, and the other guy blew him up with a grenade. You get the kill. All right,
Wow.
I'll take it.
By the way, quick aside about Destiny. To the shock of no one, the OP, it's so OP, bro. One hit throwing knives, completely overblown. It's fine. It's totally fine. Idiots.
Quite frankly, if you can hit people with throwing knives in the head, you deserve that one hit kill.
Right.
I mean,
So,
it's a fucking knife.
but bro,
Right.
when you get a one hit kill, you get your fucking knife right back. Forget the fact that the hunters all have an ability though that you can just dodge and then fucking get your knife right back anyway. It's fucking unfair, bro. You can fucking get a one hit kill and then get that shit right back. Shut up, idiots.
Boy, these people would not be able to handle vanilla Destiny 1. You would play vanilla Destiny 1, and when the Thorn first came out,
Mm-hmm.
you would get hit with that thing, and it's just a death sentence. Like, you would get hit in the head and you're done. You get hit anywhere else 2 times, and that's it. No matter what. If you killed that person that shot you twice, no, you're dead. You're the walking dead. People would not be able to handle vanilla Destiny 1 because they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how shit was gonna shake out and how to balance shit properly yet. Man, y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all get on my goddamn.
So, we've been talking over the past several months about several prominent Twitch streamers defecting and going to Mixer, signing exclusivity deals. Well, Twitch is not taking that shit lying down. They've signed exclusive deals with 3 of their most popular personalities. Dr. Lupo, Lyric, and Tim the Tatman have all
I don't
signed.
have a clue who any of these
multi-years.
motherfuckers are.
I know who Dr. Lupo is. He's the only one that I'm aware of.
Who is that?
I just he
What does
he plays a
do?
lot of popular.
What does he play?
A lot of popular like multiplayer games. Basically, apparently he got shouted out by J.J. Abrams the other day, casually in conversation.
What?
I don't know.
New world. What a brave new world we live in,
Yeah.
man. What is good? Like, wow. Everybody gets their 15 minutes, man. Anybody can be like, there's really no excuse if you want to be famous. Like, you just gotta have personality.
Yep.
And sometimes you don't even have to have
Yeah,
that.
but
I've
say
seen
some of
I've
these
seen
don't.
some of these people, man. Like, dang.
And look, not for nothing. I'm just throwing it out there to Twitch. If you'd like to sign the Dense Pixels podcast to a streaming exclusivity deal, we're open for business.
Look, the only reason
Got
I don't,
stream.
the only reason
I'll figure
I
it
don't
out there.
stream,
I'll use that Twitch money to fucking buy an awesome setup that we can stream with.
the only
that's
reason
good
I don't
setup.
stream is because I like to stream with my friends. Like, I like talking with you guys while playing games. And like one of the few times I've streamed or I've been on someone else's stream is when Terrence and I were playing Gears 4. That's how long that was. And we were just making fun of JD and his stupid ass haircut. It was fun, man. Like, that's what people
Yeah.
want to hear. They don't want to hear just some guy talking to himself.
Apparently they do because
Oh, yeah,
I've tried
apparently.
to watch certain streamers and I'm like, I don't understand you children anymore because this nigga's not funny. He's not entertaining. He's very good at the game, but like what he's saying does not appeal to me at all.
It's
Just-
just
fine.
no surprise to me that the streams that I enjoy watching the most are Destiny 2 raid streams when everyone's in fucking locked in tactical mode, like fucking just communicating with each other.
It's like you're in the situation room.
Right.
Right.
And only the top teams, damn it. Nobody pays for minor league baseball. You only pay to go to the fucking majors. God damn it. Carrie would slap the shit out of me if she was here saying shit like that, by the way. I didn't mean it. Just being funny. Mortal Kombat 11 dropped a surprise update last week that is brought crossplay to PS4 and Xbox One. And of course, in case you're wondering, because it is Mortal Kombat, Cross is spelled with a K.
Oh, it's for real?
Yeah, it's for
I
real.
didn't
For
know
real.
that.
It's available.
Wow.
You can do it right now.
I don't have it.
Designated. So apparently this only works in the online casual mode with a K. There'll be a central location for PS4 and Xbox One players to manually meet up and fight against other players on opposite platforms in online casual game modes.
Well, that's cool.
So, however,
I want to play this game, but I don't know how much time I would put into it.
I mean, isn't it like dirt cheap right now though?
no,
I think it's like $30.
It's been yo-yoing on and off sale. It's not. I don't actually know. It probably is on sale right now.
I think it's on sale now.
Yeah.
I think it's like $35. But I don't want to pay $35. That's the problem. Like, I want to, but I don't want to pay for it. Is it? Because and I want to play the other characters. They did update the Joker though. Is that on the docket?
It's not on the
They
docket.
updated his look. Well, he's not. It wasn't really like a Joker trailer, but they updated what he looks like. He doesn't look like a cosplayer now. he looks kind of like a little better as far as Joker goes.
They gave him that receding hairline that all Jokers have to have now, apparently.
Yeah.
And but no, he does look a little better. He looks like a grown up instead of like some, like you said, some smug ass cosplayer.
Seth is returning to Street Fighter in the new update that's coming for Street Fighter V. However, this time Seth will be in a female body. His male body was destroyed in the events of Street Fighter 4. So he now has a new body that is in the form of a female character. Still have the giant yin yang symbol in the stomach,
which is weird.
Yeah.
And they have the nostalgia pack where you can actually
get
the nostalgia costume where you can give him the old body back.
Of course. So yeah, so there you go.
That is, I mean, look, I'm almost afraid to say this, right? Because of the world we live in now. But it looks kind of weird and sounds kind of weird. My wires are crossed. My wires are crossed, man. Like I see Seth as this, feminine looking character with this like big booming like man's, I'll show you the power of the tandem engine. Like what, huh? Like imagine that voice coming out of like my wife. Like it doesn't. It looks odd. Not looks odd, but
it threw me off when I saw the trailer. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" Oh, so you just kept the voice, we just changed bodies. All right.
Cool. I mean, I get it, right? And
well, technically, it's not he.
Right. It's an entity.
I don't know.
Whatever. I forget what Seth is supposed to be. But Seth is the 40th character. Seth, of all characters, Seth is the 40th character.
I mean, they're going through the boss jamboree right now. They getting Gil back into the mix.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Look, I'm not mad at it. I'll play it, and it'll be nice to finally, after how many years? When did Street Fighter V Vanilla come out?
2016.
After 4 years, the game will be finally finished, and we can actually play some Street Fighter V.
I know. I groused about the upgrade costs. I'm probably gonna buy it.
Look, I already did.
It's 25 if you already own Street Fighter 4 to get the upgrade to the Champions Edition, but it's $29.99 to buy it brand new.
I think Street Fighter 5 is like $6 on PlayStation.
Right, but at that rate, you might as well wait.
Vanilla.
You might as well wait. So wait for the new one to come out next year. Finally, The Outer Worlds apparently is getting story-based downloadable content sometime in 2020. Obsidian Entertainment's social media manager dropped the news last week. We don't know what it's going to be. It doesn't. They released a small trailer. Didn't really talk about what the DLC is going to be about. Didn't mention whether or not it's going to be free, or if it's something you're going to have to pay for. The Outer Worlds is coming out on the Nintendo Switch sometime next spring, so perhaps it will coincide with that. But if you liked Outer Worlds, then we will have more story DLC for you coming at some point next year. I'm sure Carrie would be very excited. I haven't decided yet because I actually haven't gotten a chance to play it since last week, as I've been very busy outside of work. So,
I mean, they kind of painted themselves into a bit of a corner here, making a game all about evil corporations, and all they do is they abuse people and they take all their money, and lo and behold, they make a game where instead of just having a product, right? Like now you got to pay more to get more of it, and I don't know. It just feels kind of funny. It's very odd. It's very funny. Oh, you like this, and then I don't know.
I mean, if they do charge for it, that take is coming a mile away. So,
right. So, I don't know. This game is all about evil corporations ruling the world. And I say that in lieu of nothing. densepixels.com/Amazon.
See, that's very good. That's very good. There's a layer of complexity. You undersold it. That's the mark of a great seguist, Micah. Is seguist a word? It is now.
Go to www.densepixels.com/Amazon for all of your Amazon purchases. When you go to www.densepixels.com/Amazon and make your purchases, we get a finder's fee. You don't pay any extra, but they break us off like a really small chunk of change, and it's dependent on how much you buy. So look, it's holiday season. You got Christmas, right? That's the big one in this country. You got Hanukkah. That's like the second biggest
happening
one.
Super late this year, by the way. I think the 22nd is the first night of Hanukkah.
Yeah,
that's
wild.
wild.
I thought Hanukkah was kind of like the on-ramp to Christmas or something like that, right? But no, it's super late. And then you got Kwanzaa, which is just a bunch of bullshit. Like for real, like Kwanzaa is a bunch of bullshit, right? Like this black people got mad that white people got like 9 days worth of holidays, and people are like, no, we got to get some of that too. But they couldn't be like creative enough to think of something other than just Black Hanukkah. But you know, black people don't give each other gifts on Kwanzaa. Like maybe you should do that. They took the 8 days part, but didn't take the give a gift every day because niggas are fucking cheap. Anyway, so start giving gifts for Kwanzaa, damn it. And when you do, go to www.densepixels.com/Amazon.
That's going in the pantheon of Micah ad reads for sure. Very good. So the Game Awards was last week. We're not going to make you wait on arguably the most surprising award winner of the night. Sekiro's Game of the Year, guys. Game of the Year in the year of our Lord 2019 is fucking Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
I mean, what were the other ones? Let me look at this.
So
Control.
I don't even remember.
Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Outer Worlds were the other nominees that it beat out to win Game of the Year.
Wow.
The best game that came out in the entirety of 2019, according to the jury for the Game Awards, was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Shadows Die Twice. I've played 2 of these games. No, 3 of these games. Played Sekiro, Resident Evil 2, and Outer Worlds.
No, 5 of them. I played all of them except Death Stranding.
Yeah. And was Sekiro the best out of those?
No, not at all. The Outer Worlds was with maybe Control being a second.
Really? So did you beat it?
Control,
Yeah.
no, but
Okay.
I am getting into it,
Hmm.
it's interesting. It's really interesting. Like usually Remedy games, I get kind of bored with them after a while because like with Max Payne is just the same thing. I mean, all games are the same thing over and over again, right? But there is no gameplay loop that the encounters are very, very similar in Max Payne, whereas Control gives you a lot of different options to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And then Quantum Break, I just didn't care for Quantum Break. It was just really boring. And it takes up way too much space because there's a goddamn television series attached to it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But Control seems to take the best of those two games and make something that is wholly unique, and actually really pretty to look at with its like simplistic nature, coupled with like the Doctor Strange type like room shifting and stuff like that. It's I slept on Control. Control is good. Resident Evil would probably be third for me just because it's really good, right? Like in terms of remakes, this is how you do it,
Right.
but it's a remake, right? Like for me, it's nothing revolutionary. And look, Smash, why is Smash in the Game of the Year category? Like I like Smash and all that, but it's cute and all, but I don't know why that's Game of the Year. And then, Death Stranding, the guy sleeping with the guy that created Game Awards. So obviously that's there.
Yeah, Death Stranding didn't win as many awards as I thought it would, which made me happy, honestly. So yeah, I don't know. Like Sekiro winning this just kind of seems like when like Crash won Best Picture back in 2006.
That's a really good analogy.
It's completely forgettable. There are a couple of movies that were nominated that probably should have won that we remember a lot more than we're probably going to remember Sekiro. I don't know.
Like, Sekiro's a fine game. It's fine. I don't get it. Like, it's not the prettiest looking game. I mean, the gameplay itself was. I mean, you got to get into a certain rhythm to really get into that game, and it's not easy. Like, I haven't beaten it. I don't think I'm ever going to beat it. Fuck that game. Like it's it just got to the point where I'm just like I can't do this anymore. It's pissing me off so much. I don't get it. Like I would have given it to either Resident Evil 2 or Outer Worlds. I didn't play Control. I kind of want to play Control now that like it's gotten all these accolades and people that I know have played it said it's really good. I think Jack I said if you like video games, play Control because.
Yeah, he was raving about the game.
Like a gamer's video game type thing.
He was raving about it, but he said they don't stick the landing.
Right.
Which sounds like a Remedy game to me.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's so fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Sekiro, I guess. Sure. Fine.
But yeah, like I said, I think this says just way more about the year that was in video games more than anything else. I can tell you this. Maybe on Terrence's, but I don't, and I shouldn't speak for Micah, but I'm going to presume to. I don't think Sekiro's showing up on either of our top 5 lists. At the end of the year.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to think. Because I've actually played more than 5 games this year. That came out this year. That actually came out this year. I don't.
I can predict your game of the year, Terrence, but I'm not going to say it. Because I'm going to see if I'm right when we do our top 5s.
You might be surprised.
I might be. You're very right. Devil May Cry took home Best Action Game, which feels right.
If it didn't, that would have been offensive. If it did,
Sekiro won Best Action Adventure Game, which is good. If you're going to give a game of the year, it better fucking win the subcategory that it's the genre category that it's nominated for. Control is the winner for best art direction. Call of Duty Modern Warfare best audio design. Destiny 2 pulling down the one award that I was actually really excited for it to win, which is community support. They absolutely deserve that, given all the ways they've responded to the fans. Shroud, Esports Player of the Year, fine. League of Legends World Championships Event of the Year. League of Legends Esports Game of the Year.
Esports Coach.
Yeah, I'm skipping over that bullshit. Luigi's Mansion was the best family game. Super Smash Brothers by default was the best fighting game of the year. Look, maybe Mortal Kombat 11 stood a puncher's chance of fucking taking it down, but that was going to be the only one that stood a chance of taking it down.
Dead or Alive 6. Jump Force apparently is garbage. So I don't know what the fuck this was even there.
By default.
No,
by default. It made the list.
Yeah, Jump Force is trash.
Yeah, it made the list because it was one of 5 fighting games that came out in the past year.
My Showdown I heard was pretty good, but that game is super niche.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then Dead or Alive 6, I don't even know what the fuck that's doing on here. I forgot that game existed, to be honest with you.
The winner of the winner of the Fresh Indie Game presented by Subway Award is the game who I think stock probably benefited the most from the Game Awards, and that is Disco Elysium. Now, I had heard the name Disco Elysium before the Game Awards. I had never seen anything about it. I watched the trailer, like the extended trailer for Disco Elysium that's on their website. I would like to play that game tomorrow, please. And I cannot wait for it to come out on console. It looks amazing.
I've seen a bunch of gameplay footage of it. It's like a pen and paper RPG into game form. They say like everyone that has played is like it's the best RPG that came out this year.
Yeah, hands down. The fucking review scores are off the charts for it.
Yeah.
I dig the art style of the game. It looks fucking incredible, and apparently it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. I mean, if it wasn't before, it certainly fucking is now. After all the accolades it received,
I didn't know whether I couldn't find it, so I'm like, shit, it must be PC only.
Right now, it's only on Windows right at the moment. So, yeah. So look forward to that sometime next year, I think, is when they're supposed to release it for PS4 and Xbox One. Of course, Death Stranding won Best Game Direction as if it was going to be any other fucking game.
Look, all right. What else would you give it to? Like, seriously.
The guy that wants to be.
I'm assuming that one. Yeah, right. Like, I'm assuming that one kind of deserved that one. Like, you got to give it at least one.
Fine.
Games.
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
I don't know.
It's a goddamn movie anyway. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. You might want to play Control.
Really?
Maybe. I mean, I haven't played Death Stranding, but I guess if it's a director's job to kind of like pull certain performances out of people, I can see Death Stranding getting that because Control is a little shaky. Some of the acting is a little shaky.
Micah, how could that be? It was nominated for
Death Stranding.
Control's nominated for 2 video game actor performance awards, Micah, and you dare say that the performances in Control were shaky? No, dare you.
Yeah, well, guess what didn't win?
All right, well, fair enough. So, Gris won Games for Impact. Disco Elysium won Best Indie Game. This shit fucking breaks my heart. Call of Duty Mobile won Best Mobile Game.
That's weird.
It is very weird.
You play Call of Duty Mobile?
I have not, so it's probably unfair for me to cast dispersions on it, but
it is. You know why it won? Because it took something that you don't think should work, and it does. Like it does work. Like it's still virtual controllers and all that, but it's still the they did it. They were able to translate the Call of Duty, at least console experience, because there's auto aiming out the asshole. But they were able to take the Call of Duty console experience and roughly translate it into something that's not god awful, dare I say, decent. Now, it's not on my phone anymore, but I downloaded it because I wanted to see how it plays. And yeah, they pulled it off. I can kind of get that.
I'll let you know because I downloaded Sky Children of the Light, which is the most recent game from that game company, aka the guys that made Journey. I have the feeling that's probably going to be the one that I would say of this list deserves it once I play it, but we'll see. Apex Legends is the best multiplayer game of the year. You know what? Good for them. Good for them. Like I said, I think they deserve some accolades for how effectively that game launched last year, even if it did it seems like it fell off. It probably didn't actually. But
season 2 pass kind of fucked things up, but I think they brought it back. They changed it. There's a new level and everything. Mm-hmm. But that season 2, you had to pay like $20 something to unlock this one specific thing. Oh no, it was $100 or something. I don't remember what it was, but they kind of fucked up. But yes, people still play it. You have no issues finding a match in there.
Disco Elysium won Best Narrative. Fortnite won Best Ongoing Game. Mads Mikkelsen, as you alluded to, Terrence, won the award for Best Performance from his performance in Death Stranding. Disco Elysium won Best RPG of the year, to which I say good, because I would have been fucking depressed as shit if Kingdom Hearts had won that award. Death Stranding won the award for the best score. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled won Best Sports or Racing Game. Fire Emblem Three Houses wins Best Strategy Game. Beat Saber, also not a surprise, wins Best VR/AR Game. So, and those were your Game Award winners for 2019.
At the Game Awards, they also, it's a showcase of all the stuff that's coming out. That's pretty much the reason the Game Awards, half the reason the Game Awards are there and why you watch them is because you want to see new stuff coming out, right? New trailers and new announcements. Well, this one particular website has all the big announcements that were there. And it starts us off with the new Xbox, the Xbox Series 2001 A Space Odyssey, because it looks like the giant fucking monolith that is in the beginning of that movie.
So here's the thing that no one realized, apparently. I don't know if you guys realize this. They're going, so everyone's like, oh, it's the Series X. It's the Series X. That's not the name of the console. Microsoft's going with the Apple naming convention. It's the name of the console is just Xbox. It's just the Series X Xbox, essentially.
So get ready for the Xbox XS coming soon.
Can we just call it the XSX? No, that's too hard to say. I can't even say, you can't even say it right off the bat. So that's not going to work. Yeah, because if you try to say it, everyone's going to say SSX because that's what we're all trained to say for the last 15 years.
It's the XSX. Okay, sure.
Let's just call it the Xbox SEX and get it over
with. I will say they're being very subtle with the design of the console that they've shown off. Very, very subtle.
It's a big monolith,
it's a PC tower.
It absolutely is a PC tower.
It's a PC tower. If designed by some crazy fucking cabal, that Steve Jobs and fucking Phil Spencer combined together to make this. That's what it is. Like it literally looks like a black version of the new Mac Pros that Apple just put out. If you've seen those.
I mean, and that's fine, right? Like all of the hardware you got to put into the damn thing.
That's true.
For it to be as powerful as it is. And then the fan is at the very top.
Well, I think it's well. I don't want you to say. I don't want anyone to think I don't like the design. I think it's great. Everyone is going to be bitching and moaning about. Well, my entertainment center is not going to fit in there. It's not going to fit in my entertainment center. Shut up.
Yeah, don't put it in your entertainment center.
Put it next to
don't put any console in
tower.
Don't put any console in your entertainment center if you can help it. Right? Like them things need to breathe.
And this thing has it has the whole top is a fan. Like the top of it is a giant fan. That's how it's going to keep the thing cool.
Right. That should tell you.
Sound like a jet engine.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. Like, don't put it in your.
I don't know. I had a panic attack with my first PlayStation 4 because I kept it in my entertainment center because my wife was like, "Oh, I don't want all that stuff cluttering the thing." I'm like, all right, whatever. And I put it in there, and all of a sudden, it just after like an hour and a half, it would just. I was like, "What is that? No, oh, why?" Because I had to keep turning up the volume. I'm like, "Yo, what is that noise?" And it's like, "Oh, it's my PlayStation screaming for dear life."
Oh, that's not because it was in the entertainment center. Like my first generation PS4 Pro is
Mine
like that as well. So,
I don't want to get it up there. Yeah.
It's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
The crazy part is, like, here's the thing. It's loud as fuck when it's playing certain games, but when you touch the system, it's super cool.
Yeah. It's just the fan.
Goddamn fan is
just the fan.
Spinning like a madman.
Terrence, I don't want to tell you this because I don't want you to have to run out and buy another system, but the version, like the newer version PS4 Pros, because that's what I have in my office. It's like it's like whisper quiet.
Yeah. It's way better.
It's like super
I know that. That's why I was asking you a couple of months ago. Like, I think it was earlier this year. I'm like, yo, is there any way I can get an updated version because this thing is too fucking loud? And it's not broken. It's perfectly fine. It's just way too loud.
I just got to the point where whenever I was using my other one, I just had to wear headphones all the time, so I didn't hear it. So.
It's a pain in the ass, man, I swear.
That's the only reason I upgraded. I don't have a television that could take advantage of a Pro, but I just got tired of hearing that goddamn fan, man. The first trailer for the Xbox SEX was for a game for it. It came out, and it's Sensuna's Saga Hellblade 2. I never played. I never. What'd I say?
Sensuna.
Senua.
It's Senua.
Senua, like sinew, like the shit between your muscles and shit.
Yeah,
sure.
it's certainly not. I am Setsuna. I know that. So
maybe that's what I was thinking about. I am Setsuna.
Has anyone played the first one?
No, I downloaded it because it was free on PlayStation Plus. I just never got around to it was free one of those months.
Shit, I must not have had it.
I never got around to playing it. Maybe, but everyone says it's good. It's just not very video gamey. There's a lot of just like watching it.
Right.
But,
and it's Ninja Theory.
Yeah, it's Ninja Theory. We know what to expect from them. Godfall became the first game to end a trailer with PlayStation 5. Godfall is Godfall is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Counterplay Games, published by Gearbox. Set to release in late 2020, probably a launch title for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox SEX. And
you're not going to let this go, are you?
Nope, I'm gonna make it happen. Again, kind of I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It looks like science fiction, like Knights of the Realm. You know what I mean? Like everyone's. I don't know what the hell this is, and I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. I hate fucking teaser trailers, man. I hate them.
I'm not worried about it. And if it's a teaser trailer, I don't care. Like, to be honest with you, I just don't. If there's no gameplay, which is the majority of these, I just don't give a fuck.
Right. This is good news for me. There is another Bravely Default game coming out. This is the third one in the series, entitled Bravely Default 2. That sounds weird, I know, but the second game was called Bravely Second and was not as good as Bravely Default. So here's hoping Bravely Default is more of a return to form, but doesn't have all the nonsense that the first game did, i.e., once you killed all the bosses, you pretty much had to play the game all over again and kill all the bosses again. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how in Devil May Cry 4, you went from boss A, B, C, D, E, and then the game turns around and goes fights boss EDCBA.
You know it's fucked up. I watched that trailer. I saw Bravely Default Bravely Default 2 at the end, and I was like, oh cool, another Octopath Traveler game. Like in my head, that's literally the first thing that I fucking thought. Even though it is very much not. I forgot Bravely Default existed.
I love that game, man. It was I was pleasantly surprised by that first game and utterly disappointed with the second one. The co-creators of Prey and Dishonored are making something called Weird West. I was trying to do a little bit of Googling on what Weird West is, and all I found was that it is a subgenre of the Western genre.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't this for that trailer they showed during the Bethesda conference earlier this year as well?
I think so.
That had that one like the woman and man like that were like bounty hunters stalking each other essentially. If you guys recall.
No. I think I know what you're talking about. I think this is different.
Okay.
This is way more of like in like a Western motif, whereas I don't remember that game. I remember that game being in an urban setting, and that not just because black people were in it, but like I remember it like being in like buildings. Okay. You know what I mean? Not like this Wild West bullshit. I'm not a huge fan of like Westerns, but if the game is really good, like those Red Dead games, then I'll play them. But like the Western motif just doesn't really do anything for me. I don't care about League of Legends. Dark Alliance is a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. Again, another trailer that just kind of doesn't really show any gameplay. They've got weird camera angles, like GoPro angles.
Yeah, that shit didn't look right.
From like the sword's perspective, and like the traditional GoPro angle, and some of them are in first person. Like I'm curious to see what type of game this is. There's one image of the archer shooting in first person. I'm curious if this is going to be some sort of first person like hack and slash game or something like that. Brendan, Player Unknown Green's next game after PUBG is called Prologue. There's literally nothing to talk about. Like, why would you even? All right. There are also some new release dates. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
How's that game not out yet?
I swear to God, I thought it was out already. Like I was like, what the fuck?
They've been talking about that game for literally 4 years.
It's finally coming out March 11th.
We'll see.
Yeah. Controls the Foundation expansion March 26th. Maybe Jack will be able to get a satisfying ending if he purchases it.
As we know, that always goes well in games throughout history. So.
Right. Gears Tactics, April 28th. I don't know what Gears Tactics is. I'm assuming it's a Gears of War game, but like
Gears kind of like only like what's that?
Worse
game like XCOM?
No, XCOM, right?
Okay. And the only game worth a damn, Ghost of Tsushima, is slated for summer 2020. Probably the last big, huge PlayStation 4 exclusive before the PlayStation 5. A couple more trailers. One, this next one, just a pile of garbage. Just a pile of garbage is what this looks like. Fast and Furious Crossroads.
But hey, they did get Michelle Rodriguez and Vincenzo Diesel to announce it on stage for them.
Yeah, what? It does not look good at all. Like the graphics are terrible. I don't know what you're doing. I'm assuming you just drive.
It is a team-based action game built around heists, and it's featuring some of the cast from the original movies. Yeah.
Wow, team-based action game based around heists. Like they don't even talk about cars, man. Like even in this piece of shit. Like, at least this franchise is solidly knows what it is and what it is not. It's not about cars. It really isn't. They're just a means to an end. What they need to do is make a new car combat game with the Fast and Furious license.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be
Mario.
It's got to be better than whatever the hell this is.
I don't know what this is. Like, I still don't. I'm looking at the trailer. I'm like, it's just a bunch of cutscenes. Again, I don't need to see gameplay.
Yeah.
Was that Tyrese's voice?
Why did he say the same thing?
Because I'm like, I don't think that's him, yo.
I said to Brad when we started, I'm like, yo, is this supposed to be Tyrese?
I don't think that's him.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah.
Wonder if The Rock's going to be in this, guys.
Close.
Probably not.
What if some Rock lookalike is in it, but he's like a villain. Oh no, not the villain. He's like a bumbling sidekick. And that's that Vin Diesel. He's Vin Diesel's like he's his like his buddy that you don't call double dribble on. You know what I mean? Nah, this doesn't look good, man. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling.
And this was the last trailer. I was like, wow, this is how y'all end it? Okay, just because it's Vin Diesel?
Oh wow, that was the last trailer of the show.
Yeah, that was the last trailer of the show.
Because it had the most celebrity behind it.
I thought she was fucking joking.
Nope.
And I'm like, oh shit, the show is over. That was it. Wow.
Yo, that's funny.
And they did the patronize. Like I said, I don't know why why celebrities can't just be themselves when they're talking to an audience like this, but they sound so disingenuous when they're presenting this kind of crap.
He's like, well, with my people. Like, I know he's a gamer. He's legitimate. He likes games and shit like that. He's been in several of them. But I don't know. I mean, like, he might be nerd checking or whatever, but they're like, yeah, we was playing Tekken when we was on the set of
No, not Tekken, Terrence, Tekken.
Tekken. Yeah, that's it. Tekken.
Wait.
Sorry. That's how
is that how she pronounced it?
It is.
Yeah. That is correct. Exactly how she pronounced it.
All right, yo. All right. All right. Cue that Steve Buscemi gif of hello, fellow gamers. I'm here to play some Tekken along with Asphalt Puncher and Doa 6. I love that game. Shut up.
Who's to say they weren't playing that on the tour bus? I mean, on the in the trailer. During Fast and Furious tapings, filmings. You know, they might have.
Thank you very much for giving me a solid episode title at the brink, by the way. Because definitely got to go with "How do you do, fellow gamers?" with the picture of that Steve Buscemi meme. Absolutely.
The latest Final Fantasy VII remake trailer. Look, you know everything you need to know about that. Humankind. I don't know what Humankind is. I saw bits and pieces of it, and it looks like a game I wouldn't play. A game that I would play, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: Rise of the Phoenix expansion. They show the new playable characters, Gambit, Iceman, Phoenix, and Carrie's favorite, Cable. Cable is going to be in this game. And then I got to see the title of the next expansion featuring the Fantastic Four, Shadow of Doom.
Yeah. Humankind, Micah, is going to be it looks like it's Sega's attempt to try to step to Civilization, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for it. Let's go. So we'll see. That was the Game Awards, guys. That again, much like the year, it felt a little lackluster. A little underwhelming to me this year for some reason. So, but there you go. So that's it for the show this week, guys. Thank you very much for listening. No post office this week because we knew we were going to run long. with the topics that we had. But normally, if you join our fan group, densepixels.com/fans, we ask a question of the week that you guys can answer, and we will read that. Or actually, you ask us the questions, we will answer them on the air for you. Follow us on social media at DensePixels. Make sure you subscribe to the show no matter what podcast app you use. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/DensePixels. Sign up for premium content today at DensePixels.com/premium. And then you can follow us on Twitch as well. Terrence is Apparition410. Carrie is Suffix Carrie. And I do any of my streaming on the DensePixels YouTube channel. So that is it for us. Thank you guys very much for watching and listening. And we will see you all the next time.
See you.
Take it easy.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.